All right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Q Sports Live. Dan Clark at the third annual U520 Championship in Calgary, Alberta at Leather Pocket. This is our first stream of day 2. I did a couple of streams last night to start the tournament, and we are into the B side. I will wait for this to update so I can see my comments. Yeah, we'll wait for this to update. Anyway, we've got a B-side match. We have Chris Klassen from Calgary here against Francisco Hernandez. I didn't get a chance to talk to them, so I don't know where Francisco is from, and I've got his name abbreviated only because it takes up too much space. All right, so it looks like Chris won the flip or the lag, whichever they went with, and he's going to start off here. This is a race to 5. It's regular 8-ball on the 7-foot tables, and BCA rules. Scratch on a break is ball in hand anywhere on the table. I believe we are live on YouTube as well. Chris is starting off with a trimmy. Oh, he missed. He was trying to trim that 15 into the corner and missed the ball completely. That will be ball in hand for Francisco. There's still quite a bit of work on that table. So I will give some commentary. I didn't do any pre-study here, so I don't know how these guys ended up on the B side, but I'll look and I'll give you a little bit of a history as we move through this match. Oh, and he gives the ball right back to Chris on, he put a lot of spin on that ball, and it just grabbed the rail and touched the 8 and kept spinning in. I cannot see this yet on Facebook. Oh. Nope, that's stream 2. All right. Well, I don't see any comments. I don't see it coming through, so I hope this is being streamed. In the meantime, Chris is making short work of the solids here. I think he's going to try and make that 6 past the 14. Nice shot. He'll play the 2. He's got good angle, so he can come up table. The 3 ball is kind of his tricky ball. It doesn't go by the 15 or the 14, so he'll have to play the 1 and then use the 1 to get shape on the 3 to either the side pocket or a corner pocket. It's got to slow down. It's got to slow down. It didn't slow down. It went, my favorite word, snuggy, against that 15. So this could be trouble. Oh, I see I'm live on. Okay, I'm live on YouTube. But I don't see Facebook yet.
Sorry, it's Rod Stream.
It's what?
So you're live here.
Yeah, I found that. Ah, that's what I found. I see. Okay.
So your mic's back on.
Yep, thanks. All right, everybody. Sorry. We have another stream happening in Winnipeg, it looks like. So that's taken over on Facebook. So I will just focus on YouTube. The YouTube comments. All right, so Chris is back at the table. Sorry, we had a little bit of a delay there. Chris made a 3-ball, bumped the 9 up, so he'll just make this one with a little right siding. Slide on out to that top side. And have an easy 8-ball. All right. First blood for Chris Klassen in a race to 5. So Francisco now has the break. So again, if you're in the area, come on down. Leather Pocket. It is on Edmonton Trail near 32nd Ave North. I'm going to say north. What side of Center Street is? I think northeast. Anyway, it's really close. There's a lot of people here because there's still lots of play. This is a tournament with 80 entries. And we're moving through the B side. We played a round and a half of the A side last night. The rest of the second round of the A side finished up this morning. And now we've got some B side matches that are going to play for the next couple of hours probably. And then we'll get back to some A side matches. So Francisco broke there and made a ball, so he's still shooting. I guess he's only got about the 10 ball you can see. He might be able to really thin the 15, but that's a tough shot. The 10's probably easier. Oop. I think he was walking a little bit before he finished that stroke. Oh, this is A side. Adam, you say, okay, let me just, I'll double check. That's fine. I was told it'd be a B side match, but no, you are correct. It is an A side match. I will fix that. Oh, it is. So it's just my commentary that's got this wrong. Sorry. A-side match. Thanks for that, Adam. Appreciate it. I said I kind of just walked in, and my head's a little cloudy, as you guys can probably hear. I got a head cold. But I promised to stream this weekend. So again, it is Dan Clark. You guys have heard me before. I've been on with Ben, and I've been on with Grant, and I've been on with Peter as well. So anyway, we have a good match here. Chris Klassen against Francisco Hernandez. A side, race to 6. So Francisco tried to slide that one ball past the 15 and just nicked it. Or the 15 past the 1, my bad. So we've got Chris at the table. If he can get down to the bottom part of this table, top left side. Excuse me. Oh, back cut. Blind shot to the corner, and just hung it. Good try by Chris. That's not an easy shot. It's not like your normal cut shot that you might have when you got a blind pocket like that. It's really hard to see the spot on the object ball. Well, Francisco missed the 4 there, but he got second prize. He pushed the 1 into the 15. So he's blocked the 15. Otherwise, I think Chris might have had a ability to get out here. So getting back to where this is then, this must be a 3rd round match. Yeah, 1, 2, yeah, this is a 3rd round match on the A side. So 128, 64. Yeah, this is the round of 32 on the A side. So I think advantage now comes to Francisco in this rack because his balls are all close, and he's got the advantage to take that 1 ball before Chris can make that 15, obviously. Got a little bit of a slow rub there, so he's going to have to take the 1 now. That might cause a bit of a problem if he doesn't get out of there. He calls safety. He pushed the 1 ball in and left Chris pretty much not frozen, but tight to the 15. Okay, I'm back. So that a little bit of a coughing episode there.
Nothing has changed. Chris is still trying to analyze what he can do here with that 15 ball. Yeah. Going off the bottom rail is a better way to... Oh, I didn't hit a rail, though. Was a better way to hit that ball. If you tried to go forward with it, it might have been a foul, which he ended up with anyway. So Francisco's just got to start making this happen here. A little bit of a slow start. Okay, he's just going to watch. He doesn't hit the 15, so I think he'll just put a little left siding on the 3. Avoid that 15, come off the rail. Soft, doesn't have to be hard. Oh, he still hit the 15 though. There's a little bit of a short stroke. If you saw there, he was a little bit jabby. But he, hangs the 8. Really unlucky. He made a good shot there. Now he's kind of forced Chris to finish this table. The only ball that might be trouble for Chris is the 9 ball. But I go 14, 12, 15, 9. A little more angle than you probably wanted on the 12. You want to get as straight as you can on the 15, so you just pot the 15, leave yourself just a little off the rail for the 9. Pretty much a straight shot. So now what this is, he can slow roll and probably get maybe to a foot, 8 inches off the rail. Maybe he can get closer. Oh, you got to make that. Oh, he did. Wow. I think there was some, there was definitely some holding of breath there, probably on Chris's part. And that was hanging there for a few seconds. Oh, good roll. He played that perfectly. And he's probably going to go off the rail first, just to make sure he doesn't follow that 8 ball. Yep. There we go. Good start for Chris. He jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Francisco's got to, hope that Chris fades his break, and maybe he can jump in there and get some action. So we do have Fall Classic 2025, December 5th to 7th here at Leather Pocket. Tiered entry, A side is 10 ball and 9-foot diamonds, race to 9. B side, 10 ball, 7-foot diamonds, race to 7. Capped at 64 players, so if you're interested, please send your e-transfers to Ben Francis or pay in person at Leather Pocket. All right. It is a tiered entry based on Fargo, so good opportunity for lower level players to play cheaply. That's coming up December 5th to 7th, Fall Classic 2025. They should call that Winter Classic, December 5th to 7th. Anyway, back to the match. Chris powered through that break. White ball went forward, but they split like the Great Divide there, but nothing went down. So I guess so that's what Francisco was hoping for. Have Chris fade his break, and maybe he can get in here and make a run. The stripes look decent. 13 ball can be used to move the 2 and the 4 to open up the 9. 15 goes by. So 11, 10, 14, 12 are all good. He could also start with solids if he wanted to, but the 2 and the 4 end up being tough. It's going off the rail and just caught it thick. So he didn't hit high enough on the rail to come out and chop that ball out. So Chris is left with the same option now that Francisco just had. It's just take the stripes. So he'll take the 11, and then I think that, yeah, then he'll come back for the 12, and then 10. Probably work towards the 15 after that. So slow roll the 11, pot it, take the 12, stop it right there. Oh, he rolled forward. I don't think he wanted to do that. He does have the 1 ball there for framing up that side pocket for the 10. Or he could take the 15 right now and go for the breakout on the 9. He chipped it, but he didn't get it clean out. So now he's covered up the 13. So a little bit of work left now. The 2 and the 4 didn't get any easier either. So both Francisco and Chris now have a little bit of work on this table with that nudge on the 9 ball. I don't see any comments coming through on, sorry, I don't see any comments coming through on YouTube. There are 29 people watching. Well, that was a good try by Chris on the bank, but he did open up now all of the solids. That's what Francisco needs. He's got to, this is moving time. He has got all right, so Francisco missed, and now we've got Chris back at the table. Made a nice little roll on the 10 ball there. I think he can, might be hard to hold this 9 for the 13, so he's going to have to slow roll this. Just pocket weight to the side pocket. Oh, it's a little firm. He's probably going to be under the 13 now. Oh, he got all the way around. That'll work. That'll work. He'll get a nudge on the 8 ball here, so hopefully he doesn't put it on the 6. Just give it a little bit more pace to make sure if it gets towards the 6, it bumps it, so it creates separation. If you try and feather this in, A, you might not make the 13, and B, you might cause the 8 to get frozen or blocked by the 6. Oh, he missed it. And, wow. That is a good shot. And Chris finishes. I am going to update this score, but I've lost my scoreboard. Oh, there it is. Plus. There we go. All right. Well, that's a pretty big hole now to get out of. Francisco's got to win this next this next game. Going down 4-0, it's just not an option. Chris seems to be playing pretty well. He's finishing up when he needs to finish up. So Francisco has to step it up. Good break. 8-ball and 6-ball. Open up with the solids, which is not a bad play. That he didn't want. Didn't want that rub. If you're going to go into him like that, then I would have put a little bit more bottoms and I would have gone in there with a little more pace, tried to break up all of it. And that's not very safe. Chris has the 10 or the 14 or maybe even the 13 to the side pocket. For that matter, he might even have a window between the 3 and the 5 to take the 15 up table if he wanted to as well. That was a little bit of a... He didn't take very much time on that. Excuse me. Kind of just called safety and then pushed into it, really not thinking where the ultimate shape would end up. Well, Chris is going through the window to make that 12 ball and get that one trouble ball out of the way. Oh, just barely escaped. Scratching in the top right corner. Fortunate there, I'm not sure. I think he can cut that 14 to the side. That's what he went for, and he made it. He is flirting with the corner pocket, so the second one that he came close to. I think he's got enough to see the 13. Yep, 13 to the corner. If he can stun this with pocket weight, hold the white ball on this bottom rail, he can take the 11 next. Oh. So everything went a little wrong there. I think there was too much power on that shot. As you see, he went and bumped the 11. And then, of course, he missed the pocket. Francisco has called a bank on the 2-ball, bank corner. He's going to have to overcut. These are diamond tables. They bank flat. So he needs to overcut that a little bit. So Chris looks like he's taking the 11. Oh. A little bit sloppy on that one. And it stayed out of the pocket. I don't know if he had the whole 11. He overcut that a little bit. So it's possible that when he was sliding by the 13 that he didn't really have the full or enough of the 11 ball to hold it, hold it straight rather than overcut. Sorry about the little wiggle there on the screen. We had some players that are resting their elbow on the table where the camera tripod is. I mean, that was a good shot by Chris, but he didn't do himself any favors with that 15 and 9. Feel like the pool gods are conspiring against Chris in this rack. It's time for Francisco to get on the board. Because the 8's kind of tied up. because the 8 was kind of tied up. I might have tried to get both the 15 and the 9 out of there at the same time. Give Francisco, some table to work with, and say run it out. Right now he hasn't, hit his gear yet. So it's like, hey, until you hit your gear, I'm going to challenge you. I think he's going to try off this 3 and try drawing to the 15, so he has the 5 next. Yeah. Oh, no. He hit it perfect. He got the perfect little rub that he wanted on the 15, but now what he's done is he's set up Chris for taking the 15 up table, or down table, sorry, on the screen. For me, when I'm shooting, it's up table because I'm shooting it to the far end, but on the screen, I guess it's down table, it's left side. Oh, okay. I might have taken the 15 before the 9 on that one, although he got perfect shape on the 15. I think Francisco called the 3 ball. He'll either have to push the 5 off the rail or pull it off the rail. I think he's going to try and cut it, pull it off the rail. I might be inclined to like bank it, right? No, you see, that's the trouble. When you pull it off like that, it can be difficult to gauge where you're going to hit it. Whereas if you put it off the rail, chances are it's going to still be in that zone, make contact with your object ball. I think that's all you need to do with that 3 ball. It's sitting pretty deep in that pocket. Chris is going to take the 15. I don't know what he's going to do with the 11. I don't think the 11 doesn't go to the side. It goes to the corner that the 3 is in, but the 3 is there. And he's got to somehow move it. And oh, what a great hit! That was a good shot by Chris. Really good shot. Not sure if he knew he would hit that or if he was hoping that he'd get the contact on it, but he hit it and it went in, or made the break. He's got a little bit of a cut shot on the 8 to the side pocket to take a commanding 4-0 lead. Making short work for Francisco here. Wow. Not what I expected. You got Chris at 446, but I know he's been playing a lot. And you got Francisco at 480, so this would technically be an upset, but I do know that Chris plays pretty strong for this sub 520 category. And certainly for his Fargo 446. I mean, the problem I think all of Alberta pool players have right now is there's been this feud between BCA and Fargo and some of the pool leagues here. So almost none of them are using Fargo for their leagues anymore. They're using CompuSport. So there's people's Fargos are not changing at all. Didn't quite hit full on that one. And shows in the spread of the balls. Just a little off the head ball. Maybe the rack wasn't super tight either. But again, you know, this is what Francisco needs. He needs Chris to fade his breaks, and he's got to start making some outs here. It starts to become a monumental task when you start falling down 4-0 in a race to 6. These are short races in the grand scheme of things. I might have tried to break into that 15-8. He's just cleaning up balls now for Chris. If you can't get to that 15. All right, well, little bottom left. Oh, maybe he's calling say, oh, you know, this is not a bad shot if he goes off the 15 and breaks it up a little. Yep, because he's got the 11 blocking the 6. The 7's on that side too. I mean, it will go to the side pocket, but you got to have perfect shape. All right, Chris has got to work this out. He's got the 4 ball that goes between the 11 and the 15 to that top left corner. He can use that to get on the 6 or to break out the 6, depending on what shape he gets. So he's just got to be methodical here and figure out his pattern. Oh, he cheated to hold the white ball. Caught the inside horn. Skidded across the front of the face of the pocket. Okay, Francisco's got to avoid that 6 ball. Again, this is one of those cases where he's just got to get out to this side of the table to make it, or not even the side of the table, the other side to make the 8. Well, he's got a shot at it. It's at about the 48-yard line. I think he's got this. He's got to bear down. Just make this ball. Just got to make the ball. Wow, he missed it by a lot. I don't know if it's nerves or if it's early pool. I mean, we are 3:30 now. People can't be complaining about morning pool anymore. But this is likely, if I look back, this is probably their first match of the day, right? Yeah. Yeah, they played last night. Or maybe he just got a little bit of cobwebs in his eyesight right now. Got to shake those off there, bud. Chris still has some work here. That's 6 and that 4. I'm not going to make it easy for him to get out. So you probably got another turn. My guess is you're going to have a bank on that 8 ball. So you got to make sure. Now Chris can get to those balls, I think, with a lot of left tops. Maybe left middle on that 1 ball. Come 1, 2, 3 rails and crash into the 6-4. It's really a no-risk shot to try this because you know he's just going to go and roll up to them anyway. Yeah, he stunned it instead. Maybe the 4 goes by the 6th, or maybe he feels safe that He can push the 4 into the corner pocket. Or it looks like he's playing safe. Going to come in behind the 4. Oh, no. Oh. Well, I think that was an all or nothing kind of shot, being up 4-0. He didn't really mind giving up that game. The safer play would have been to play a... Oh, gee whiz. I don't even know what to say. What part of the country? This is in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. But we have people from London, Ontario. We got people from, I think, Chilliwack, BC. We've got people from Edmonton and Red Deer. So again, Albertan, but you know, Western Canada. And then we do know we have one player from London, Ontario. Chris is kind of forced now to bank that 6 into the side and rescue this rack. Oh, corner bank. Maybe he doesn't have the right angle on the 6th side bank it. Looks like it's not double kissable here, but wow, he just got hosed. He just got hosed on a great shot. Oh, I already marked it up. Yeah, Chris gave it to him. Chris gave me a look over here through the window. It was just like rolling his eyes. I was rolling his eyes back at him. I was like, holy, made a shot like that. So yeah, so thanks, Melf 7834. So let's start. This is the 3rd annual U520 Championship. Coming to you from Leather Pocket Billiards in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. If you're in the area, we are located off of Edmonton Trail around 32nd Ave. And we got a bunch of, we got 80 entries. It's a race to 6 on the A side. It's all 7-foot bar box 8-ball. Race to 6 on the A side, race to 5 on the B side. And BCA rules. So scratch on the break is ball in hand anywhere on the table. And other than that, it's go, go, go time. These guys are actually playing for, you know, decent amount of money. The first place purse is, from what I understand, $3,300. I haven't looked at all the payouts, so I can't tell you what second, third is. But you know, they'll be in the, I'm gonna guess, you know, 2,000 range for second. You know, 1,500, 1,400 for third. So decent. I believe there's some side pot action as well. And we had a favorable players meeting. We started talking about this yesterday. So there's almost twice as much to be paid out in those funds. Okay, well, that was the hard way. Francisco got on the board, so maybe it'll spark. You feel like he has a bit of a chance. Down 4-0, almost 5-0 would have been tragic for him. But no, if he can pull this one together, and the stripes look really good. I mean, he's got a few that are dressed up by the pocket, so he makes this 10 ball. Yeah, push the 12 over. You got the 14, 15. Like, there is really no trouble left on this table. He shouldn't even be looking at the 14 now. Take the 15 first. $15 first with some draw. You'll pull it out for the 12 if you want the 12 next. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, so, Melf, there's the Calgary pool scene, even I'm going to say all of Alberta pool scene, but certainly Calgary, has experienced huge growth in terms of money matches in the last couple of years. And I can freely say that part owner of Leather Pocket is Jim Jitsu. He's very, very generous in his ways. He's donated $5,000 to this tournament, money ad. And I mean, oh, there's a great shot, but I don't know that he got lucky by that 6. Maybe he is. Yeah, Jim was fortunate, and he's a God-fearing, loving man, and he attributes his good fortune to that. He won the gold ball, $66 million. I think it's coming on 2 years now. And he has done so much for the pool community here in Calgary. I mean, he's brought in some class acts like Alex Bagliayan. Just missed. We've had Bustamante. We've had some $100,000 matches. $50,000, $60,000, in the middle matches, that kind of thing. And it's really as a result of his interest and love of pool, and his good fortune, and his generosity and willingness to share. So the whole pool scene here is benefiting from, one man's really good fortune. And like I said, his generosity. There's nothing that says that he has to do any of that stuff, but he does. Chris would like to finish with that 4-ball. I think he's got the right angle on the 1. He can cheat it a little bit, slide over, or just come out a bit for the 3-ball. He's got to think of his angle on the 3 so he can get above the 4, right? And go 4-8. You don't want to overhit this. Sorry about that. I think Chris came out a little too far, so he's got to go top inside. Check off that bottom rail and come above. Yeah. That was the risk of not getting the shape he needed on the 3-ball. Hit the 1 a little bit too firm. Came out a little too far on the 3. I mean, he's going to cut this, so he's got to make sure he doesn't put any right English on this. He's scratching the side, but he's got to hit it firm enough that he comes all the way across. And he did just that. And you know what? He got, I think, the hook on Francisco. Yeah, and he left his ball hanging. So that is a solid second prize right there. Well, Francisco needs a miracle. He needs to hit this good. And he's got to make it. Okay, well, this should be, what does my good friend Grant say? Duck soup. I think Chris just has to make this 4 come up a little bit up the rail. Just like this. Take a commanding 5-1 lead. slow roll, took his time, and it is 5-1. So, of course, we have some sponsors here. Locally, we have Nick's Q Innovation. Everybody who plays out of Leather Pocket knows Nick. He does everything cues. So he'll make you a brand new cue. He does jump cues. He'll do cue repairs of all kinds. He'll ships anywhere in North America. So he, again, you can just make contact with him and he'll make arrangements with you. And he is just so highly spoken of in this community. He plays such good pool, makes such quality cues. He's also got a little shop here that has some chalk and gloves and things like that. So whatever your needs are, Nick's Q Innovation will satisfy them for you. Needless to say, Francisco's on the ropes. He can't have any more mistakes. This is it, or he's facing B side. And that's really hard also in an alternate break format. Now this is 520 and under, so the number of runouts are limited. But they do happen, and they do happen with good patterns and good outs, right? There are some players that have that ability. They just lack consistency, which is why they're in that 520 range. But they can run some tables. So typically in an alternate break format, the advantage clearly goes to the player that's up in the match because they always have the ability to break and run. And if everybody trades break and run, in an ideal world, the person with 5 will beat the person with 1, even if he misses 1 or 2 along the way, because he's just got that many chances to either break and run, or the other thing is, when you get the first shot, you get to pick the better ball often. And when you get to pick the better balls, like here again, it's one of those things. The solids look good. The only trouble ball is the 8 ball. Really, it's blocked by the 11 and the 9. One of the things that I don't want to say you don't see a lot of, but you see less of, is walking around the tables. You see Chris where he was. He was at the top end of the table and he just walked around to this side. He didn't go to the other side. I make it a practice. I can say, there's the occasional time, but I can say like 9 or 8 out of 10 times, I walk around the table even on every shot. It doesn't delay the game. Yeah, I don't sit there and dwell over it, but you get a different perspective. You just get a different perspective sometimes when you just switch over to the other side of the table and you go, oh, I can play it like this or I can play it like that. But Chris has got a pretty good pattern going here. I think he's just going to draw off this 5 to the top side rail and then cut that 6 and try and come underneath the 8. Here it is. I think he can slow roll this with a lot of left English. He'll hit the bottom rail and he'll throw it right over. He doesn't want to throw it underneath the 9 and the 11, but I think he's got enough steepness in that shot, enough that it would never go. Oh, but you got to make the shot. Good try. But again, there's the advantage. not because he finished, but you know, he gave it a run. He could have finished that table, and Francisco would have had nothing to say about it. It would have been over. What do they say? Oh, the fat lady starts to sing. Well, I don't know if he can see the 6. I think he can. So looking out at this, I think he can go past the 12. Oh no, it was thin. All right. Well, that was a tricky leave. Francisco got a little bit fortunate there. So now he's got to make this work for him. I think he's lacking a little confidence right now because he's taking some of the easier balls. I mean, there was a case there where I might have tried to go for the 9 because the 9's well out from the 11. You can make and even if you hit the 11, you stall there at the white ball. You had the 14 to the side, right? He's got to start making some of these angles work for him. But I think he's just a little off stroke right now. That's too bad. You never like to see a guy struggle like this. I mean, ugh. Yeah, you never like to see a guy struggle like this. You know, again, I'm an advocate for, I always cheer for the shooter. It is an individual game. When I'm out there, I'm not playing against anybody. I'm playing against, myself, the table. A little like golf, And sometimes you're your own worst enemy. Get a little bit caught up in some of the mistakes that you've made and not letting them go. This is a game that you must forget the last shot. Okay, so this is, he called safe. He's going to push into that 9, hide behind the 11. That's a smart shot. No. Think he's okay? I don't know. That 8 ball's not on the rail, so Chris might be able to slide by that 11 and still make contact on that. Yeah, also, I did fail to say this too, Melf. When these tournaments get posted on all the pool scenes, so we got Calgary pool scene, Red Deer pool scene, Edmonton pool scene, and we got Brooks pool scene. So we got all those pool scenes. It also gets posted on Q Sports Live. Send your money. Send your money. Get your spot. I mean, these things sell out. We had, I gotta say, upwards of 8 or 10 people on the wait list. This was originally scheduled to be 64. It was increased to 80. What a shot. Nice shot, Chris. Well, that's the end of that match. But to finish my thought there, send your money, reserve your spot, and you know what? If you can't make it, again, these things get announced usually a month or 2 ahead of time. If you can't make it, you'll get your money back. There's really no risk. So, get in there and make it work. Get out here. Like to meet you sometime. Anyway, that's the end of this match. Chris Klassen beats Francisco Hernandez 6-1 in a somewhat one-sided match. I think Francisco just never caught a gear. Never found a stroke and didn't catch a gear. He bobbled quite a few balls, so that's unfortunate for him. He'll have to pull it together and make his run through the B side now. Chris continues on to the 4th round of the A side. So thank you to everybody for watching. And I'm going to shut this one down, and we'll be back soon with the next match. All right. Thank you, everybody. For Q Sports Live, this is Dan Clark. And